Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Wes, and today I'm going to be doing some work in the garden. Um, I've been gardening for about like 3 to 4 years, but this is my first time in this like garden zone. I'm from the East Coast, like the northern East Coast, but I started gardening when I was living like in the Southeast, but now I live in like zone 8, like 8B, which is like Central Texas area. And there's been like a lot of like learning curves so far. And I thought too, because when I got down here in February a few months ago, I was like, oh my God, it's so nice. There's plants out already. Like, this is going to be like fantastic. But between the wind, the snails, the sun like shining in my backyard literally for like, I would say like 85% of the day, like it's been it's been a whole lot of learning curves. And then there's something in my backyard eating my plants. I don't know if it's my dog or like the snails or whatever it is, but I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna figure it out. But yeah, come hang out with me while I do some garden care today. So this is what the backyard is looking like so far. We do have one of the garden beds over here. These have been in the ground for about a week now. And over here, I don't know if you can see this one right here and that one right there. There was a plant in between there. I have no idea what happened to it. When I came out earlier today, it was like bitten down to the stem. And then literally in between right here, there was black basil growing. But again, like something ripped it out. Like something is getting into my plants and I'm not sure what it is. And then over here, I had planted like, you can kind of see over here, but this is what the Love Lies Bleeding flower, which has been like ripped out. There was some more basil over here and then like 2 pepper plants, but I have no idea what happened to them. And as you can tell by like the dirt flung around, like something's been digging in here. And this garden bed has not been filled up yet. And this was where the greenhouse was. I haven't decided what I'm gonna put here yet. So at first, I was going to do like a pallet, like build greenhouse, but then I was like, you know what? I don't wanna like put the time and energy to that right now. I kinda wanna just get the growing season going. And it's super nice, so it's not necessarily needed right now. But I did maybe think about getting like a pop-up greenhouse I can put here off of Amazon right now just to like work in and kind of, have for seedlings or whatever. But the thing is the wind, so I don't know, your girl's struggling, but I'm gonna figure it out. Finally, over here we have the rest of the seedlings that I started with the second batch that I did. This is part of the same group that's in the ground right now in the garden bed. I'm most definitely gonna put all of these in the ground because we're all here fighting for our lives, And then because I did see that like some of my plants were getting eaten, I got a little nervous the other day when I was at the store, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna buy like some of these more established plants and then put them in the ground. I got a few because they were on sale, but then I was like, in panic mode, but then I was like, no, I got this, but then in panic mode, but then I'm like, no, I got this. So I only bought 4 because they were on sale, 4 for $10, and I was like, okay, that's enough, like, make me feel a little bit better. But yeah, that's where we're at. It's a little hot outside, so I came inside to take kind of a break. And I have gotten all of like the bought plants down in the ground. I bought lavender, poblanos, tomatoes, and one other thing, but I can't remember what it is, but it's in the ground, so that's all that matters right now. And things are looking okay. Things are looking fine. I do think that like along with like ordering the pop-up greenhouse, I need to get a shade to go over top of like the garden to kind of like help, because I've noticed that some of the plants have like a little like burning to the leaves. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that, like order the shade cloth and the greenhouse. But I'm also gonna start some more seedlings. So I realized the plants that are getting like the top spitting off of them are like my herby plants. So like my basil and my cilantro. There's one more that I had down. And also to my my loofah, which is like, I guess maybe like in the squash or like squash family, I don't know. But those are like the 2 or 3 types of plants that are like being like bitten off, like, you know, and only having the stem left. So I'm gonna reseed those and then kind of look through my seeds to see what else I have like that would be fun to grow. So yeah, I'm gonna go start the seedlings now. So another thing I like to do is make compost water. I literally just like freeze like old vegetables and like food scraps that are able to be composted, and then I just throw them in there. There's some dirt in there and it just breaks down after a while. I did find that freezing them kind of like makes it like resistant to bugs. I don't know if it's like true or just my imagination, but I personally feel like it works. And I added a little bit of water in there because it's super dry. And I think it's just like a Texas thing again, but I throw a little bit of water in there every so often to like keep the decomposition going, and it's so it doesn't like dry all the way out. And then also too, it gives me compost tea, which I fertilize the rest of the garden with. It's getting pretty late. It's almost 5 p.m. and I'm pretty satisfied with the garden, how everything looks. Got it. I should have waited a little bit to plant some things out because, you know, it's like the peak sunniness of the day when I planted. But overall, happy with the way things turned out. I'll probably water again tonight when I get home from the gym, but for now I'm gonna go to the gym, and then when I get back, maybe sketch out what I want to do or have like in this like greenhouse empty area back here, and then call it a night. It's the next morning and this is what everything's looking like. I think my only real complaint is I don't like how like mulchy the topsoil is, but it's fine. And this is the second bed over here. Again, everything looks super nice, super perky, nice and hydrated. But again, like just kind of mulchy topsoil, no? Let me know what you guys think.